Hello and welcome to this week's Grow, where we gather to recharge, organize, and work here as members of MWEG. We are recording this a little bit early so that we can have the chance to speak to our guest today. Today's guest is Reverend Moya Harris, who is an itinerant elder in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, currently serving as clergy staff at Metropolitan AME Church in Washington, D.C. And she also works with Sojourners, which is an organization that MWEG is familiar with. And we've had guests from this organization speak at our conference. So she is currently the director of racial justice for Sojourners, and she uses her passion for justice and her love of scholarship and her heart to support those marginalized communities. Today, Moya is going to talk to us about being a poll chaplain. You have seen some posts in MWEG Central and on our social media about becoming a poll worker, or excuse me, a poll chaplain. And she is going to explain what that is and how that works in the interfaith community, and what kind of communities are most needed on election day. So I'm going to have Moya join us.
Hello.
Hello. So Moya, we have talked to our members about this a little bit already, but we've given them the opportunity to sign up, but we've had a lot of questions like, what is a poll chaplain? In our faith, we don't use the term chaplain as openly as in other religious faiths. So some people kind of wonder, like, what am I signing up for? What does this have to do? But can you explain to us what this is on an interfaith level and how, what kind of communities and what that looks like to be a poll chaplain?
Sure. And you're not the first people to ask. So first, I'm glad to be here. Poll chaplains, the term started back in the 2020 election, and the organization was called Turnout Sunday, and it was lawyers in collars. So it was more of a Black Christian lawyer, clergy kind of connotation. But now we are interfaith, intergenerational. We're inter everything. It's it's like all hands on deck. So poll chaplains or peacekeepers are the same thing. We have actually reached out to labor work, to the labor organizations too. So basically the role for the poll chaplain, I'll forget peacekeeper sometimes. The goal is to be a peaceful presence at election polling sites. And so we're having people at early elections where that's relevant, and on election polling. We have been in communication with these sites so that we are going to make sure that everyone is trained and they have a badge and they'll have a letter of certification to make sure everyone knows why you're there. We have training that is 90 minutes, online, virtual, where you'll learn everything that you need to do. It's like 12 steps that they go through, but you'll get a whole little toolkit of your own that just basically helps you to just help voters to feel comfortable and safe. We'll be outside of the polling sites, and we're just encouraging voters to stay in line if there's a long line. And we also get de-escalation training just in case somebody tries to discourage people from voting. We have training on how to do that. Also, we have a hotline for lawyers. So if we see any irregularities, we want to track them in the states that really, in the areas where there's a high risk. So you'll have a number to call, you'll be trained, you'll have a book, and we even told people to buddy up so you're not by yourself. Poll chaplains can sign up for a 6-hour shift. Some people are doing the whole day. Some people are doing early voting and election day. You can pick who you want to be with. And we're in 10 states. But if you're not in those 10 states, you can still be trained and you can still use this strategy at your own polling site as well. So we're like, you can be in 10 states, but we've got people in California who want to do this in their neighborhood. They have people in Washington, D.C., which is not one of our areas. They're being trained as well. So the 10 states that we are certifying poll chaplains in I'm gonna try to do this alphabetically. I've gotten really good at it. Alabama, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Wisconsin. I think I did it. Yeah. So,
You did a
and
great job.
I have this song that I learned in elementary school with the alphabetical songs of the states, but and we have key states that we're doing, and we actually did research. We looked at distressed zip codes of people whose votes are usually challenged, and those are our priorities. But you don't have to go there if you're not comfortable. So we're all about everybody doing what they feel safe to do. If you want to poll in your own neighborhood, you let us know when you register. You tell us what you're comfortable doing.
Okay. So is this something that you guys have done in the past, or is this new for this election cycle?
Yes, we've done it. It was in 2020 and 2022.
Okay. And is there any qualifications to sign up?
You just have to be a lover of justice and making sure everybody feels safe voting. You don't even have to be of a faith tradition. We're just like, you just have to believe that everyone has the right to vote, and you want people to feel comfortable and safe. That's it.
And so some of the questions people have had is like, I guess you kind of gave us an idea of what to expect, but what
Mhm.
kind of support, like if you're there, the de-escalation part, you talked about that as being part of the training, but what kind of support would people need as they're at those polling places?
Basic, like, do you know where the bathrooms are? How long have people been waiting here? Do you know what time they close? Those type of things. So when we're telling people to, when they get to the polling sites, check in with the staff to let them know that they're there. And that way, and we give you a toolkit so that you know the laws of your state and know what is right at the polling sites and who to contact. Like if there's something that there's de-escalation or there's trouble, one of the things is to tell the manager at the election place, right?
Okay.
That is, a communication is important. And also call 1-866 our vote, because they're tracking that across the country. And we tell people, don't do it if you're not comfortable. Don't do anything you don't feel comfortable about. But some of the, like, we've done some distraction tactics. Like some people have started singing songs, or they'll have music outside. They'll have snacks like far away so that you're not impeding the voters, but making a joyful space so that people are feeling like, oh, this is safe. Okay, we can do this. So those kind of things to make people feel comfortable. Somebody was even talking about a petting zoo.
Oh, hey, that's a new idea. Bring the anxiety down, maybe
Yeah,
pet a puppy, right?
yeah, yeah.
Something like
And
that.
we're not telling people to pray with anybody. You don't have to touch anybody. So you don't have to actively do things that you feel like you're not comfortable doing. Um, but I would say bring a spirit of peace and with you. So like prepare yourself. Like when you wake up in the morning, being ready to just like, I'm just gonna be this peaceful, positive presence when I show up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for our members, we talked a lot about being peacemakers in our communities, and this is a great way to put some of those skills to practice, right?
Yeah.
To the conversation, and really, it's just a great way. And as a faith community, we tend to be pretty good at those, at least just at conversation. And I think that's what
Yeah.
it is we just want to. It sounds to me like we just want to see the humanity and the people that are there to vote, and those that are maybe have a harder time or where the lines are longer, those kind of
Mhm.
things. We just want to be there to support them and cheer them on, right? And
Mhm.
cheer on democracy, as you were saying.
Yeah.
So, um, so I can let our members know there is a link to register.
Mhm.
And once you register, we will give you a tag that has a lanyard that has MWEG on it, and it says MWEG on the tag, and it clearly identifies you with a big purple tag that you are a poll chaplain.
Mhm.
And it just says MWEG. So if anybody feels like we haven't put your faith, or your religious affiliation really big on it, so if somebody
Yeah.
feels like that might be questionable, we have thought about those kind of things. But is there anything else that you want our members to know about this, or?
We just
encouragement.
appreciate, yeah, we appreciate that you're even thinking about how you can show up. I like to think of voting as a tool for us to get to the communities of thriving that we all want. And like I even like having excitement at the polling site, especially for first time voters, like cheering them on. I remember the first time I voted. And yeah, I think it was for Clinton. That's how long ago. And but just like bringing the joy back to this is the one thing where we all level the playing ground. It doesn't matter if you're president of the United States or whatever, all of our votes are the same. And I just love the fact that we have so many faith traditions coming together. We've got Catholics, we've got Reformed Judaism, we've got Universal Unitarians, we've got people who say they're spiritual, we've got everybody in the space. And we would love for y'all to join us. And Lo would
Yeah.
too, though she's not working for us anymore.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
appreciate this opportunity to have this interfaith experience, really, and so many of our members are very curious about it. So I hope that this will give them some insight to what to expect and
yeah,
encouragement for them to register and sign up to be a poll chaplain. We're
yeah.
hoping for, I know that MWEG was hoping to have about 20 people sign up.
That would be
So if we can get more, that'd be even better.
a
And I
challenge.
think we challenge accepted. We also are looking forward to this election cycle, and some of us are going about it um, with a lot of hope, and that's kind of part of our Hope Vote series that we've been doing leading up to the election. And this is just such a great way to bring some hope to maybe those communities where the barrier to voting might be a little bit trickier than others. So thank
Yeah.
you so much for the opportunity and for letting MWEG participate and for telling us about it today. And we look forward to doing some more collaborative things with Sojourners and appreciate everything that you guys do. So thank you so much. And we will talk to you all next week on our Grow. Have a good day. Thanks, Moya.
You're welcome.